Hello everybody and welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage, where we left off. We beat evil Fagado, although we don't know that it's him yet. Hush hush.
At least we got back the bracelet they were carrying. That's...
the bracelet of the ancestor. It seems different since we last laid eyes on it.
If you're new here, there's about a 2 to 5 second delay between what I see on the television screen and what you see on the video. I take a lot of screenshots for thumbnail purposes, and if at any point I edit out the dialogue or anything, just know it's because the video was laggy and unwatchable.
Maybe this emblem can tell us about their time in enemy hands. I'll summon them again so we can talk.
Yes, let us summon the chibi dragon Tiki with the voice that I like.
Huh? That's strange.
What?
The invocation isn't coming to me. Perhaps it's because I'm in a new world? But that's no good. Summoning emblems is what a divine dragon does.
Divine dragon? I'm Tiki. Are you a divine dragon like me?
Well...
Impossible! Emblems in this state shouldn't be able to speak.
Hello, Emblem Tiki. I might be able to summon you again, but your invocation isn't coming to me. Do you know it?
I don't know anything about an invocation. My head feels fuzzy. It hurts. Please, don't make me fight anymore. I don't like hurting people.
You need not act against your will. Allow me to return you to peaceful slumber.
You can do that?
I can indeed. But I am unfamiliar with this summoning power of which you speak. The divine dragon of this world was able to cleanse fallen emblems. It would seem that you cannot do the same. So I will send Emblem Tiki to rest. In slumber, she will be safe from those who would exploit her power. No longer will she be compelled to fight.
You might say we are containing her power in the bracelet. Sadly, since we lack the ability to awaken emblems, she cannot aid us any further.
It sounds like our only option right now. Please, go ahead. Whatever benefits there might be to keeping her awake, I won't force her to fight. Tiki, I hope we'll meet again someday.
I'd like that. When we do, let's play together lots, okay?
Absolutely.
Farewell, Emblem Tiki. Sweet dreams.
Night-night.
Now, so long as we keep her away from the enemy, she will be able to rest.
Thank you, Nell.
We place our emblems into slumber as a matter of course, to prevent their exploitation. Emblem Tiki was thus asleep when she was taken. But she returned to us awake. Our foe must therefore possess the power to awaken emblems.
Only divine and fell dragons can control them in that way. There are no divine dragons left in this world, so that means our enemy is a fell dragon. One of our siblings, in other words.
If it's a sibling of yours, then do you have any idea who it could be?
We have many brothers and sisters, but we're not acquainted with all of them. Many died in the most recent war. There is no telling which of them survived.
The power to control emblems is rare. If we knew the culprit, we would surely recall. Perhaps this child was born after we left Sombron, or developed this power late.
Dragon powers are unpredictable. I cannot transform myself or control emblems at all. Sombron deemed me a failure. If I had stayed with him, I would probably be dead by now.
How awful.
I managed to survive only because Nell took me with her when she left. It angers me to think that our siblings could be behind this. To be given that kind of power, only to use it for evil. What a waste.
Nil.
Sorry. It's not my intention to poison the mood.
So, Divine One, our objective is to put an end to the ambitions of Sombron's mysterious heir. Since we are fighting to return the emblems to slumber, be able to help us. Knowing this, It is your choice whether or not to join our cause. What say you?
No.
Yes, I'll help.
Splendid! It is such a comfort to have you on our side. Isn't it, Nell?
After what I saw in that battle, I must agree. But I will remain unsettled by the necessity of fighting alongside this dead dragon.
Oh, I unsettle you, do I?
Please, there is no need to quarrel. Why don't the two of you shake hands and agree to be friends from now on?
I decline.
Then I guess I'll pass too.
You could at least try to get along.
Well, it's gonna be very awkward when I put a ring on your finger.
Before we depart the castle, Nil, we should say our farewells.
Oh, agreed.
I didn't know anyone else was in the castle. Is it a person I know?
You are welcome to come find out. But what you see may upset you.
Well, if everyone is reset, then I can...
It looks to be a monument of some kind.
This is the resting place of the divine dragon. Your grave. I did warn you.
We will be just a moment, Divine One. You can go back if you like.
Actually, do you mind if I say something? I'd like to speak to my other self, who lived here with you.
I think that would be a lovely gesture.
They paused on that background shot for so long. I felt obligated to take a picture of it.
Visiting my own gravestone. Not something I ever thought I'd do.
Well, who says it's your gravestone? It could be male Pepsi's, you don't know. After all, he did say in the beginning, "You never met me and you never will."
I can see why Nell is unsettled by this situation. I promise to fulfill your role and protect those important to you as best I can. And with that, my reflection, goodbye.
Why can't I into a dragon like you and Father?
There. You may someday.
I'm a failure. I'm weak.
No, Nell. You are strong. Surely you will be able to transform eventually.
When?
Not even Father can say for sure. But until then, hold on to this.
Your Dragonstone? But you won't be able to transform without it.
I can if you carry it for me. And I know you will always be by my side. We are two halves of a whole, Nil. This power is ours to share.
Our power.
Oh boy. Well, let's go to the Saminaminon. It is surprisingly lighter than I expected. Let's see if I have everything worked out. Oh, I have them. Whatever the hell this thing is. Deer. But where are the golden deer? I don't even know if that matters. Inventory. Wait, this is... What? Oh. Oh, I went right back to the Saminaminon of my world. Yeah. Because them playable characters aren't there. Well. Where's that well? There it is. Oh, okay, now I know I can't travel to the Saminaminon.
On a battlefield far from all you know, how will you prove your bravery? In the savage garden of blood and steel, who will meet
Zephia.
their end? Cast the 4 thrones to fire. Lay 7 flames in the cradle. But there is one who knows the truth. In this world, there is no future. My lonely heart does not beat here.
Here we are, Divine One. Welcome to the Kingdom of Firenese. It may not be my place to say that, as a visitor here myself, but I felt someone ought to.
It's strange. Just like Lethos Castle, this place feels familiar, but not.
If we are finished discussing the scenery, allow me to remind you of the task that lies before us. We are to go to Firenese Castle and acquire the bracelet of the Brash General.
Okay, so Firenese has Hector. Oh, he's gonna be tedious.
And time is of the essence. We must collect all 7 bracelets before our enemy does.
Are we gonna have to bully Veronica again? The boringness that she is.
I hope the royal family is willing to hand theirs over. But I do have my doubts. You know how ill-tempered the Firenese can be.
What? The people I know from Firenese are good-natured and peaceful.
Is that so? In this world, they are vengeful and quick to violence. The royal family most of all.
So then Brodia is probably going to be filled with cowards. And Alcris is probably going to be the equivalent of Diamant.
That made them useful allies in wartime, despite their disdain for fell dragons. But ever since the Divine Dragon's death, they have completely avoided visiting us in Lethos.
And who is the ruler here? Queen Ev?
No. She died at the start of the last war.
Well, she is a parent in Fire Emblem. They all die.
And her throne remained empty until after the war ended, when King Alfred took her place.
Good old King Walmart Dimitri.
But as Nils said, he subsequently cut ties with us. We were forced to take precautions. So we asked a trusted friend to be our eyes and ears in Firenese. She is due to meet us here shortly.
Well, you say she, so I trust it's either going to be Celine, or, plot twist, it's going to be whatever the alternate world Zephia was called.
Lady Nell, Lord Nell, hello, hello.
Celestia. We were just talking about
There
you.
it is.
I've been eagerly awaiting your arrival. You must be so tired after that long trek.
Well, I don't know, a fun bit of trivia. Voice actress for Zephia, I forget what her name is. But, she also voices Petrine. And I've been waiting to share that ever since I found that out. But because of how pre-recorded my playthrough was, I didn't realize she voiced Petrine until I was editing.
A trifle compared to your intelligence work here, I am sure.
Oh, that was nothing, Lady Nell. But who's this you brought with you? Oh, how is it you remind me so much of the Divine Dragon?
Actually...
Glorious day! Divine One, you've been reborn! I knew you could never leave us. Not permanently, anyway. It's so obvious. How could I ever believe Sombron bested the Divine Dragon Monarch?
Celestia, as much as I hate to let you down, this is not who you think it is.
Sorry for the confusion. I'm actually the Divine Dragon of another world.
What?
We should have let you know sooner. This is not the old friend you and I knew. Rather, this is the savior whom Nil and I summoned with an ancient ritual.
This Divine Dragon arrived in the castle sanctuary after your departure to Firenese.
I see.
Thought occurs. 4 hounds. 4 countries. We're gonna get 1 per country, aren't we?
Of course. What was I thinking? I was there when we buried the Divine Dragon. I held that lifeless hand in mine as we said our goodbyes.
I know this is difficult, Celestia.
Forgive me. I shouldn't have gotten so emotional. That loss was just as difficult for the 2 of you. Divine One, my name is Celestia. I am a mage dragon of some small renown. I always considered Queen Lumera of this world to me. It's an honor to make your acquaintance.
No, please. Let's skip past acquaintances and just be friends.
Man, aren't you forgiving immediately? I guess this happens before chapter 21 then.
How funny! That's just what the divine dragon I knew would have said. Say, is there someone like me living in your world too?
Yes. And I will never forgive her. Even if she has a wonderful outfit.
Well...
Silly of me to ask. Of course she's there, and no doubt a great help in your fight against Sombron.
What news of Firenese Castle, Celestia? You were stationed there for some time.
Indeed, I was. Firenese is making plans to invade its northern neighbor.
Brodia.
The idea was Princess Celine's. It's technically still waiting for King Alfred's approval, but that hasn't stopped the young princess from mustering a force of elite knights. We can no longer stand by and simply watch how this unfolds.
Agreed. We must go to the castle and head off this war before it begins.
Another thing. Firenese's emblem has been altered somehow since the last time I saw it. We'll need to be careful.
Yes. Now, let us proceed to the castle and reclaim the bracelet of the brash general.
I guess it makes sense that the now war-centric Firenese people would get the bodybuilder that is Hector. But what the hell will Brodia get? That is such a stupid name. I'm trying to go through the ones in my mind. And I'm gonna predict it's gonna be Boobs Mackenzie.
I only hope Alfred and Celine are willing to talk with us.
Well, judging from the trailer, I know they will not be.
Still, Alfred? Still undecided about whether to invade?
Don't rush me, Celine. This is a big decision. I need time to think it over.
No, you need to take action.
It's not that easy. Brodia was our ally. If we pick a fight with them, there's no going back.
Since Mother and our retainers died in the last war, it falls to us to defend our people.
So, if my knowledge is correct, then that means this world's Etienne, Doucheron, Chloe, and Lewis are dead. I don't like this world. Is Jade alive? She better be.
Don't you know they are suffering? With the divine dragon gone, the world is falling to ruin. Our crops and flowers are losing their color. Soon the farms will go barren. The only possible remedy is to expand our territory and supplement our resources. Now!
I know. As a mining economy, Brodia can spare the resources we need. So an invasion could really help us out with wealth and minerals. It's a decent plan, but there's a big hole in it. The strength of Brodia's military.
Which is precisely why I assembled an order of knights to defeat them. Or is it their emblem you worry about? That silly princess is no match for the brash general.
I'm taking a lot of pictures because they're angry, and I'm not used to seeing them angry.
Nothing's certain. No matter how good our odds look, we could still lose everyone. Or don't you remember? Our retainers so sure they'd come out on top, all falling like petals. That was the same day our strongest ally, the Divine Dragon, left us forever.
You have changed, Alfred. You used to be afraid of nothing and no one. When the Divine Dragon was lost, so too was your spine. I will handle it then.
Meaning what?
Meaning I will head to Brodia on my own, without your permission.
With no knights? Are you trying to get killed?
Facing either death by the sword, or a broken heart as our people die, I choose the former. Should I perish, perhaps a real hero will emerge and lead our people. I'm content with that. As for the Brodians, if they must suffer in order for our people to live, so be it. After all, One country's loss is another's gain.
I just can't get through to you, can I?
It's not your fault you were cursed with a stubborn fool for a sister. However, if you want her to have any hope of survival, you must make a choice.
We still have Etienne, Doucheron, Chloe, and Louis. I can bully them with it, and I can torture them. With ghosts of the past, so to speak.
What will it be, Your Majesty?
You win. You're the only family I have left. If you're set on this, I'll at least give you a fighting chance. Consider the invasion approved.
Thank you, Alfred.
Let's go. I'll give your knights official notice to prepare for battle.
Wait. Please.
Who goes there?
Speaking of ghosts,
King Alfred? Princess Celine? It has been quite some time.
this amuses me greatly. Just Zephia in the background with her stupid ass helmet thing. It amuses me.
Pardon the interruption, but we are here to discuss an urgent matter.
Well, if it isn't Nell, and Nil. You know, I could have you executed for barging in here uninvited.
True. Simply return the bracelet of the Brash General to us and we will leave you alone.
Oh, please. If we turned it over, the balance of power between nations would fall apart.
So you intend to continue to wield it as a weapon against your peers. It is precisely because they do the same that you now stand upon the brink of war. I do not think the Divine Dragon would find this behavior acceptable.
Oh, you presume to speak on behalf of the Divine Dragon? Curious, considering your father was the one who denied us Divine Counsel forever.
How dare you! We had nothing to do with that! How many times must we tell you that we are not Sombron?
Control yourself, Nil.
Of course. I'm sorry.
Rest assured that we are making the same journey to each of the other bracelet holders. We are reclaiming all of them. With that in mind, there is no need for you to keep Firenese any longer.
How do we know this isn't a trick to weaken us and strengthen our enemies? Show us proof you took the other country's bracelets, and then we'll talk.
Firenese is our first destination. We have not reclaimed the other bracelets yet.
Then there is nothing more to discuss. We march to Brodia. The bracelet's power is indispensable to our invasion efforts. We will not simply hand it over.
Still, you refuse to comply. In that case, you have left us with no choice.
If it's a battle you want, we will be only too happy to oblige.
Please stop. I don't want to fight the two of you.
What the fuck are you doing? Zephia, are you doing anything stupid? Kinda, you almost look like you were doing a heart thing. And just staring at Zephia, angrily staring at Pepsi.
Divine One? No. No, of course not.
How come you feel like the Divine Dragon?
You told us our friend was dead, you wretches! Were you lying to us?
No, I'm from another world.
What?
No. There's only one explanation. This must be one of the corrupted. The Fell Dragons used their vile magic to make this twisted puppet of our fallen friend.
That's not true. Listen to me.
We don't listen to imposters.
As someone who still needs to edit Among Us videos, that clip is probably going to be played a lot.
I can't believe you, Fellspawn, did something so sick just to steal our bracelet. No doubt the tears you shed over the Divine Dragon's death were a trick as well. I thought as former allies, we could resolve this peacefully. Your deceit changes things.
No.
Knights, get ready for battle. See to it that Sombron's children are finally put down. We'll bring their severed heads to Brodia as a symbol of our might.
Yes, there is the brother I know. The fearsome man they called the Prince of Strewn Flowers.
What a terrifying name. And I don't care what Walmart Dimitri says, he will never be intimidating. Ever.
Now, as you did in the war, cast our foes to the ground like so many mangled roses.
If your spirit is trapped in there, Divine One, I'll set you free.
Alfred, no.
It seems conflict is unavoidable.
I knew this would happen. But it's just as well. Their disrespect for Lady Nell and Lord Nil cannot go unanswered.
Prepare yourself, Divine One. These may be familiar faces, but they will show you no mercy.
You look like a nerd!
Nerd!
Hold on. A thought occurs.
Veronica!
I'll fight for you.
Edelgard! Count on me. Camilla!
Isn't this nice?
Crom!
I've got this.
Soren!
Understood.
Hector!
Leave it to me.
Tiki!
I'll do my best.
You telling me you can't go Pepsi?
Violet!
I'm ready.
Corin! I'll protect you. Lucina! Together. Micaiah! I can do this. Ike!
My turn.
Erica!
Yes.
Ike!
I'm ready.
Ike!
Leave it to me.
Ike!
I'm ready.
Ike!
Leave it to me.
Ike!
I'm ready.
Ike!
My turn.
The only reason I kept doing that is because she's voiced by Patrine.
Erica!
I'm honored.
Lynn!
Leave it to me.
Roy!
I'm with you.
Leaf!
Leave it to me.
Sigurd!
I am ready.
Celica!
Let's go.
Mark!
Understood.
Wow. Okay. With that said, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Jackass, out!